First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Pablo Mena, an 11th grade student from Colegio Bolivar. One of my greatest skills is being able to start an essay at 10:30 p.m. and turn it in at 12 o'clock while still receiving a good grade. That's right, I'm the biggest type of a procrastinator. I tend to leave everything for last minute and then whine about the lack of sleep I get and the dumb mistakes I make in my 500-word rush. I'm definitely used to having these habits since I was in 5th grade, but they have never really affected my grades. The thing is that it got to a point in which stress accumulated a lot and I had to find another way. That same week, I saw a TED video on my Facebook and it was about 30-day challenges and how beneficial they were and what good things came from doing these activities. It really could change someone's daily life. Then it occurred to me that a simple task as putting away my phone for a couple hours could really have an impact if it was repeated for a whole month. And then I asked myself, what would change if I planned different things each day? I tried it with my friends and we decided to try several challenges. These challenges really helped our daily life and we could bring different products from this experiment. We knew that it was for a better, so we decided to do these challenges and tell you about our experience. Mind Habits, a book by Arthur Costa, explains the benefits that people have from trying new, different activities and by changing unbeneficial routines in their lives. Mind Habits basically consist of changing your habits and being able to find a main goal and to reach this goal by removing activities and adding more beneficial ones. This topic was also taught by Matt Cutts. Is the guy that I have on my presentation, and he explains his journey through different 30-day challenges. He was able to narrate his experience and to tell us different benefits that he gained. For instance, going to work on a bike, eating less sugar, and becoming more fit by going to the gym every single day for 2 whole months. These experiences led us to understand that mind habits and creating different routines is beneficial for the human body. The different challenges that me and my group decided to make were very simple in some cases and very complex in others. The truth is that human behavior can be looked in very complex ways. Think about each morning when you wake up and get out of bed. Which foot do you touch the floor with first? This may be looked as a very simple thing, but I can assure and suggest that that is the same food that you used for this morning and for the day before it, and even for the whole month. This is kind of a very simple routine, or it can be also looked as a habit. But think about all the characteristics that make up our daily life, the reflexes, the habits, the routines that you create. All of these different factors combined make up of a lot of your daily life, and when you subtract or add one of it, it could definitely impact. As a matter of fact, several scientists, as I mentioned before, have looked upon this subject and decided that the mind habits should be implemented by every single person. When you decide to focus on a certain goal, like getting subjects done or tasks complete before a certain due date, you start acting and removing certain habits from your life. For instance, while you use your phone, you waste 10 minutes a day. And when you do this one day, it may be simple, but you repeat it the other day, and so on. This takes a lot of time from your life, and it definitely makes part of your routine, but it's not beneficial. When you set up a goal and decide to remove this, it absolutely benefits your routine, and it makes it much easier to fulfill a goal. My group decided to choose different challenges, and for instance, some were very simple, like going to bed earlier and being able to enjoy like a longer period of sleep, and this benefited them academically because they had more energy on the day and they could focus more on lectures. Others, for instance, decided to do a 30-day push-up challenge, and this benefited them physically, and it was very healthy for themselves. I decided to choose a different challenge, one that was not conventional at all. I decided to take a picture every single day for a whole month. And this really benefited me because I could look back at the picture collection I had and I could really understand what happened every single day and what was happening every moment that I chose my picture. The other challenge that I decided to incorporate for a 30-day period was doing something kind for the society. I decided to start off by giving out lunches to poor kids in the streets, and found that it was creating a routine. When I went to the streets and found the same group of people and the same group of kids, I delivered the lunch to the oldest kid in the group, and he delivered it to his brothers. At first, it was very joyful, and it was kind of a weird and different experience that I had. Later on, I discovered that when I did this for a whole month, I didn't even need the fact that it was a challenge to continue and to repeat it. I decided to give away all my toys and the old things that I had in my house and create a routine to help others. 1 week later, I was in the car with a friend, and actually the friend that I had done the challenge with, and we decided to pick up a guy that was walking on the rain and to take him where he was heading. That time we understood that actually the challenge that had started for a TED Talk event was actually part of our lives, and that we had fulfilled what Matt Cutts and Arthur Costa had explained in their book Mind Habits and in his previous TED Talk. The challenges that we had made had broken our daily lives and had made routines and habits that were able to stick further. That's why we want you to understand that human mind is a very big and powerful weapon that we can use to reach life goals. Actually, when you understand and when you have a mindset developed to fulfill a goal, you will naturally subtract activities that are not beneficial. When you think about wanting to get fit and wanting to have a healthier life, immediately it comes to your mind to go to a gym and to walk more distances in a daily life. And that is actually what the Mind Habit says. When you implement different and more successful activities in your life, you're taking away eating more chocolate, watching TV, and not acting in favor of your body. So we found out that when you break your routine, which is actually the hardest step to take, it is easier to complete these habits and to create healthier routines for the rest of your lives. We want to invite all of you to challenge yourselves and to understand that everything's possible with dedication and with perseverance. So we want to invite you to do 30-day challenges and to understand that minimal activities as picking up your phone 10 minutes for each day actually create an impact which you could be using for any other thing, to write a novel, to paint, to learn poetry, to write a novel in 30 days, to exercise, to be healthier. There's infinite probabilities that you can take this opportunity for, and in my case, it was very important to do something for the society in order to inspire all of you to create change for the people in Cali, in Colombia, outside of this country. When you take a time in all of your days for 30 days, there is infinite probabilities to create change for you and for society. Thank you.